Hello friends, here we have got a very, if I say great poem, it will be something very simple. So anyway, let's begin. Let's read the poem and see what is so wonderful about this poem. The title is Dulce et Decorum Est. This is Latin, as you know. Dulce. You remember Horace? We discussed Ars Poetica. About 9 lectures I have given on Ars Poetica. So the author of Ars Poetica, that is Epistola ad Pisones. You remember all those things, no? Yes? So there, Horace, the Roman poet and critic Horace, H-O-R-A-C-E, is pronounced Horace. This is how the pronunciation. The pronunciation is given like that, Horace, Horace. So the poet Horace, he wrote odes, O-D-E-S, you know it. Yes, odes. That is patriotic odes. And one of the odes is titled like this, Dulce et Decorum Est. So you remember he wrote like this now. What is the final or the end of fine arts? The end of literature. The end of mimetic arts. This literature here, and that is the Dulce et utile. That is enjoyment, and the Dulce there means enjoyment. Dulce actually means sweet. From there you have got the English word delicious. So Dulce et utile. Utile means use. So that is the end of fine arts. So pleasure, in fact. So pleasure and some use. You learn moral lessons and so on. So when you come back to this, the first one is Dulce, we know, delicious, sweet. Decorum means order. There should be decorum in the class, means order. So here the title means sweet and proper. Decorum means proper. Sweet and right. It is sweet and right. What? What is sweet and right? So the meaning of this title is, it is sweet and right. If you want to get the meaning, the full meaning of this title, it is sweet and right. This sweet and right. That's the meaning. What? Est means is. Yes. Just as we have word is in English, so in Latin they have got est. Est. So that is, it is. So in that case, we can say it is sweet. It is. Est means it is. Third person singular. Just as we have word is. Is. Are is. So that is third person singular. He is. So in Latin, this third person singular is est. Est. Understand? If you want to say Daniel is, then you have to say Daniel est. Daniel is. See? So that is third form. Third person singular. So it is sweet and right or proper or in order to do something. What is it? The last line in 27, line 27 and 28 of the poem, you can see the old lie. That's what this is. It is an old lie. This is an old lie. What is an old lie? The title is an old lie. So that means it is soaked in irony. The title is soaked in irony. Verbal as well as situational. Because the poem is going to tell us or present before is situational irony. And the title gives you the verbal irony. So it is the old lie. What is it? Dulce decorum is pro patria mori. Full. Pro patria mori. Mori, mortal, death, die. Mortal, mori, to die. That's it, mortal. Post-mortem comes from that. Mortal wound comes from this. All men are mortal and subject to death. Patria. Patria is pater means father. Paternal uncle, father's uncle. There are maternal uncle is another thing. This is paternal uncle. So patria means father. So pro, for. That is preposition, Latin preposition. Pro means for. So what is the full the title? The full title is Dulce Decorum est pro patria mori. That means it is sweet and right to die for your country. That is it. And the poet himself says the old lie. That's what he means at the title level is diametrically opposite. Understand? What he has written is diametrically opposite to what he actually means. And that's why I said it is verbal irony and the poem is situational irony. I think it is clear. Now if you go through the poem, you can understand there are 28 lines. It's a classic example for defamiliarization. After all, what is it? It's a simple thing. That is, you say a soldier, some soldiers are fighting the battlefield. One of them, they are returning after their first round of battle. They are returning, they get some rest. Nearby there is a camp. They are moving towards the camp, very tired. And then somebody shouts, gas. That means somebody is going to the enemy country. They are going to drop a gas bomb. So everybody is trying to put on mask. One soldier is helpless. He could not do that. So he suffers from the gas attack. Attacked by a gas bomb. And that is maybe mustard gas or chlorine gas. Anyhow, he is vomiting. And in front of his friends, he practically collapses and they put him on a wagon. And then the thought of this, the trauma, that agony, agonizing sight, that horror of that sight of their comrade dying as though drowning, feeling feeling of drowning, floundering, fumbling, stumbling, unable to breathe, suffering from neurasthenia, a kind of neurological disease. See? And then this goes deep into the mind of the narrator of the poem. And finally, the last part of the poem, he asks the public, the so-called leaders, the so-called people who lead innocent people to war. See? Is this your war hero? Is this the picture of your war hero? Is this the picture of the one who dies for defending his country? Is that you want? Is a question to the public, to your conscience, to those war-hungry people. So in that way you can say this is a terrible poem. It narrates the harrowing tales of soldiers who fight for their country under this impression, under this lie. This lie has been made true in their mind by propaganda. They accept the lie as truth. Actually this is a lie, but they have to accept it in such a way because the propaganda is such that they cannot but accept this as a truth. But towards the end, the poet says, the old lie. He says. We can see from line 17 onwards, it is addressed to the public, to you, to the warmongers, to the leaders, to the politicians, who mastermind this human tragedy, who play havoc upon mankind. You can see now, if you read, you will find that it is some smothering. It is in some smothering dreams you too could face. It is in some smothering dreams you too, see, put that within circle, you too could face behind the wagon that we flung him in. One of our comrades, one of our battle mates, one of our friends, simply put, we flung him in. No time to take care of him. Flung him into the wagon and watch the white eyes writing in his face, rolling like this. White eyes. Why white eyes? When do your eyes become white? And there is no blood flow. White brain and white eyes. White eyes. Writing in his face. Understand? And hanging face, like a devil's sick of sin. Check, what kind of image it is that? The face is like the face of a devil. What kind of a devil? A devil who is sick of sin. Oh, how can a devil? Because that is his profession. To commit sin and make others commit sin. He himself is sick. Is there any other thing that we can think of? And next, continues, if you could hear at every jolt and every jolt, if you could hear at every jolt, the blood come gurgling, that means thick, like from a 4-inch pipe, water coming from, water is forced through a 4-inch pipe. So, gurgling from the froth-corrupted lungs. Froth-corrupted lungs. Obscene as cancer, bitter as curd, while incurable souls of innocence. These people, these young men, these smart young people who were like film stars, handsome at the best time of their life, the springtime of their life, innocent. See the word used there, innocent times. What comes out? Is this the picture of a war hero that you want? Is this the picture of a person, a patriot who is fighting for the glory, the so-called glory of, that is, highest, desperate glory? My friends, he says, you would not tell with such high zest. After seeing this, you would not tell with such high zest what? To children ardent for some desperate glory. Children, he says. These soldiers are innocent as children. And you create your propaganda in such a way, they think that this is a heroic virtue to go after this desperate glory. And then he concludes the old line, Dulce et Decorum est, pro patria amor. So from line 17 onwards, actually, what does the poet say? He is impressing upon the public, is this your war hero? Is this your patron? Is this your son? who has gone out in search of some glory, the so-called brackets desperate glory. Now look at this poem. You will find there are some 14 present participles to create a feeling, a sense of immediacy. The thing is happening just in front of you. The tragedy is taking place just in front of you. That's what it says. Even some smothering dreams. And you can see, I will now list the present participles. Coughing, hero. Cursing, your hero. Fumbling, your hero. Yelling, your hero. Stumbling, your hero. Floundering, your hero. Drowning, your hero. Guttering, your hero. Choking, your hero. Choking. Drowning again, 2 times. Your hero. Writing, your hero. Hanging face, your hero. Gurgling, your hero. Then there is one present person, fitting the clumsy helmet, your hero. So 14 present participles. Each one tells you of something that is horrible happening on the battlefield. Coughing, cursing, fumbling, yelling, stumbling, floundering, drowning, guttering, choking, drowning, writing, hanging face, gurgling, fitting, clumsy. Is this the picture of the war hero that you want? Is this the picture of the war hero you want to get framed and hang on the wall of a military college or your own home? Is this? What is he doing? All through coughing, cursing, fumbling, yelling, stumbling, floundering, drowning, guttering, choking, drowning, writing, hanging face, gurgling, fitting, clumsy helmet. Oh, what a terrible picture. Bent double like old beggars under sacks. Knock me. See, knees are like this. Knock me like hags. We cursed through sludge. Till on the haunting flares, we turned our backs. Haunting flares. Bombs are being exploded and the light, that is the flares. And towards our distant rest began to trudge. Not began to move but trudge. Men marched asleep. Men, and then he says, many had lost their hoops. But limbed on, bloodshot, all went lame. Drunk with fatigue, deaf even to the hoops of tired, outstripped, of finance that dropped behind. Gas, quick boys. I don't think it was like that. It must have been like this. Gas. Some horrible sound. Quick boys. Ecstasy of fumbling, fitting the clumsy helmet just on time. But someone, our hero, our battle hero, but someone still was yelling out, stumbling and floundering like a man in fire or lime. Dim through the misty panes and thick green lights, as under a green sea I saw him drowning. In all my dreams, before my helpless sight, see the helpless sight, helplessness, helpless sight. like he plunges at me, guttering, choking. So that is the picture that is given by Wilfred Owen, direct from the battlefield. So there are 28 lines. You can divide this into first 8 lines, then 9 to 16 another section, 15 to 16 that is the trauma felt by the narrator of this poem, this story. 15 to 16. In all my dreams before my helpless sight, he plunges at me, guttering, choking, drowning. So that is my personal trauma, I say. That is the agony. That is the harrowing sight that I just cannot forget. It comes to me again and again, like waves in the sea. They strike against the shore, exactly like this. This picture of this man floundering, guttering, choking, drowning comes to me. 17 to 21 is the question to you. And 25 to 28 is, he is asking, is this glory? Is this glory? I am concluding. The so-called title of yours is lie. Old lie. Fabricated lie. Fabricated by propaganda. We will see, continue with this poem tomorrow. I mean, in the next class. Till then, bye.